Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. Cause that's how he gets his rocks off, and he's on that. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist. And keep that shit balled. Like Donald the Bit, back and forth with his fam to his golf resorts and his mansions. Same shit that he tormented Hillary for and he slandered.
Hey, have you heard about the new track Eminem released? It's got all the Trump fans really worried. The hip-hop artist just dropped some fiery verses targeting the president, and people can't stop talking about it. What's really interesting is how quiet Trump has been afterward. Usually he's super quick to respond to criticism, but this time, nothing but silence. Is the president actually scared of the rapper? Stay with us as we explore this musical showdown that everyone's buzzing about.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid who you like more in your split on who you should stand beside. I'll do it for you with this. Got a plan and now I got a hatchet like a damn Apache with a tomahawk. I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan.
Before we continue, I'd love a small favor. If you enjoy watching, please hit the like button and join our channel. We've noticed that over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It's completely free and helps us out tremendously. Did you subscribe? Awesome. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to our story. Alright everyone, get ready because Eminem has released a rap that's causing quite a stir. Imagine an ordinary day in America. Everyone's just scrolling through their phones looking at funny videos or whatever, when suddenly the famous rapper decides to shake things up in the political world. In his new track, Eminem isn't just lightly criticizing the president, he's going all out with his comments. The lyrics are packed with references to everything from social media habits to proposed policies.
She gets a I'ma stop. And any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line. Better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust.
Yesterday, Eminem released a freestyle rap video. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that? In which he took on a number of political and social issues.
Each line delivers a strong message about the administration's actions. This song contains more pointed observations than you can count, with the rapper addressing various controversial topics one after another. The rapper's words hit harder than a strong wind, messing up a perfectly styled hairdo. His comments cut deep and definitely left an impression. But here's what really got people talking. Eminem didn't just criticize the president, he actually challenged his own fans. He basically forced them to pick a side, which is pretty intense when you think about it. In his freestyle, Eminem made it clear that his fans need to choose between supporting him or supporting the president. That's like telling people they can't enjoy his music while wearing certain political gear.
And while the drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops. Cause I'm throwing that piece of shit against the wall till it sticks. Intensity's heightened, tensions are rising. Trump, when it comes to giving a shit, you're stingy as I am.
And ended the video by calling on any of his fans who still support Donald Trump to decide between Trump and himself.
He didn't stop there, though. He kept going, basically saying if fans couldn't decide who to support, he'd make the decision for them. Pretty bold move. The whole thing was about as subtle as getting hit with a hammer. It's like he was playing a serious game of choose one with his audience. You might be thinking that sounds pretty harsh, and you'd be right. There was no filter, just straight fire. He was basically telling certain fans, thanks for everything, but we're done here. What's really interesting is how the president responded to all this. Given that he's usually super quick to post online about anything critical of him, you'd expect an immediate comeback. But surprisingly, there was total silence. The usual rapid-fire responses were nowhere to be seen. For someone who typically jumps online at all hours to address any criticism, this quiet reaction stands out.
Except when it comes to having the balls to go against me, you hide them. Cause you don't got the nuts. Like an empty asylum. If he does build it, I hope it's rock solid with bricks. Cause like him in politics, I'm using all of his tricks. Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. Cause that's how he gets his rocks off and he's orange.
And I was inspired by that. So tonight I say to any fans of this show who are also big fans of Donald Trump, it's time to make a decision, guys.
Remember when he'd get into online arguments with famous people at the drop of a hat? Those days seem different now. It's so quiet now, like someone turned off the internet at the White House or maybe hid the president's phone. Perhaps someone finally changed his password? Eminem ended his video by making his fans choose sides, either support him or support the president. Talk about putting people on the spot. The rapper basically served up some serious criticism, and yet there's been no response. This silence has left supporters feeling really confused. They're used to seeing immediate reactions online, but now they're just waiting, wondering if they should speak up for him or act like nothing happened. Here's an interesting question. Is the president actually afraid of Eminem? We're talking about someone who's usually ready to take on anyone with a quick message, but when faced with this musical challenge, he's suddenly gone quiet. Or maybe this is some kind of strategy. Is he thinking that ignoring the situation will make it go away? Because that approach hasn't worked very well before.
Yeah, sick tan. That's why he wants us to disband, because he cannot withstand the fact we're not afraid of Trump. He's gonna get rid of all immigrants. He's gonna build that thing up taller than this. Walking on eggshells, I came to stomp. That's why he keeps screaming, drain the swamp, because he's in quicksand.
To be fair, he's in a tricky situation. If he ignores Eminem, he might look weak, but if he responds, he risks looking like he's trying too hard to fight back against a professional wordsmith. It's a no-win situation. And honestly, what could he possibly say that would match up to those sharp lyrics? It's hard to imagine a comeback that would be effective against someone who's made a career out of clever wordplay. Some might wonder if this silence means he's finally growing up. Maybe he's learned that sometimes saying nothing is the best option. Perhaps he's taking the high road? Nah, who are we kidding? His phone probably just ran out of battery and he can't find the charger. Or maybe he's too busy with other things to bother posting online. So there we have it. Eminem has dropped some seriously powerful words. Now fans are caught in the middle of this situation. It's like watching people argue over something important, but instead of a small issue, it's about their deeply held beliefs. Imagine being a big fan of Eminem while also supporting the president. Life was fine until the rapper basically told you to choose one or the other. That's a really difficult position to be in, to like having to pick between two things you really care about.
Take a step forwards, then backwards. But this is his form of distraction. Plus he gets an enormous reaction to that. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist. And keep that shit balled. Like Donald the bitch when he attacks the NFL, so we focus on that instead of talking Puerto Rico with gun reform for Nevada.
Some fans aren't taking this challenge well at all. They're actually getting rid of their Eminem merchandise in protest. It's pretty extreme. People are treating their fan items like they suddenly became worthless. Meanwhile, on the other side, some folks are treating their political hats like valuable collector's items. They're saving them carefully, hoping they might be worth something someday. It's like they believe these items will increase in value over time. At the same time, social media has completely blown up with arguments. It's become a virtual battleground with supporters from both sides going back and forth endlessly. The whole thing might make you want to just disconnect from the internet for a while. Eminem's fan base is really shaken up. Some people are defending him strongly, while others feel betrayed. There's no middle ground. It's total chaos. What's really interesting is that Eminem accidentally started something that resembles political discussions, but with more colorful language than you typically hear in formal debates. These impromptu conversation groups are appearing everywhere. People who never talked about politics before are suddenly sharing their opinions like experts. It's somewhat amusing, but also a bit concerning to watch.
All these horrible tragedies, and he's bored and would rather cause a Twitter storm with the Packers. Unless you're a POW who's tortured and battered, cause to him you're zeros, cause he don't like his war heroes captured. And says he wants to lower our taxes. Then who's gonna pay for his extravagant trips?
One fan was even heard saying they never expected to be discussing serious policy issues while trying to understand rap lyrics. Some fans are struggling to balance their love for the music with their political views. It's like being in a confusing discussion where everyone is passionate but nobody is really listening. Meanwhile, some supporters are completely giving up on the rapper. They're acting like listening to his songs is somehow wrong now, as if the music itself changed overnight.
Back and forth with his fam to his golf resorts and his mansions. Same shit that he tormented Hillary for and he slandered. Try to give those a voice who don't have one. He says you're spitting in the face of vets who fought for us, you bastard. Then does it more. From his endorsement of banning support for the Klansmen.
But here's what's interesting. All this drama is actually getting people to think about where they stand. Who would have thought that a rapper could spark more serious political reflection than many formal debates? Looking deeper into this musical versus political situation, things are getting more intense. This isn't just another celebrity sharing political opinions. The rapper has millions of dedicated fans, which makes this potentially more significant. Some experts believe this could actually motivate younger voters to get involved. It's like serving up politics in a way that younger audiences find engaging and authentic, but not everyone is impressed. The president's loyal supporters are dismissing the whole thing pretty quickly. They're treating it like it doesn't matter at all.
Who keeps ignoring our past, historical, deplorable factors. Tiki torches in hand for the soldier that's black and comes home from Iraq and is still told to go back to Africa. How if you're a black athlete, you're a spoiled little brat for trying to use your platform or your stature. Fork and a dagger in this racist 94-year-old grandpa.
So what's really happening here? Is this just a brief moment of attention, or could it actually change things? Well, this rap has definitely got people talking more than usual. The rapper's straightforward style seems to connect with younger generations who value honesty. They prefer their politics without sugarcoating, and that's exactly what they're getting. He's challenging the usual way of doing things, and many young people find that appealing. The tricky part is that supporters on the other side see this as just another celebrity complaining because they didn't get their way politically. They've almost built up immunity to celebrity opinions. The big question is what impact this will have going forward. Some analysts think it might energize voter participation, but might also make our political divisions even deeper. It's like adding fertilizer to everyone's existing beliefs. But the most important question remains, will fans actually take action and vote, or will this just be another passing moment of outrage? The real challenge is converting all this online talk into real political action. Sharing posts online is easy, but actually going to vote takes more effort. Will fans be motivated enough to register and show up on election day? The whole situation has created an interesting divide. Young voters might be getting more interested in politics, while supporters on the other side are becoming even more committed to their positions. It's like the rapper turned politics into a high-energy concert environment. His rap didn't just upset the president, it transformed social media into a battleground of political opinions. Everyone suddenly thinks they're a political expert, and memes are spreading faster than you can imagine. Remember when your social media feed was just filled with pet photos? Now it's packed with political takes. It's as if the rapper magically turned regular people into political commentators overnight. What's really interesting is that these viral posts might actually be changing how political lines are drawn. It's becoming about more than just which side you support. It's about whether your entertainment and political choices can coexist. And look who's supporting the rapper now. None other than Snoop Dogg himself. It's like watching music stars team up against a common target, but this goes beyond just celebrities sharing opinions. The rapper's words are connecting with younger generations, the same people often blamed for changing traditions and having different lifestyle priorities. Now these young folks are getting interested in politics thanks to music. It's like someone found the secret code to make civics interesting. Suddenly people who couldn't name their local representatives are quoting political lyrics and checking facts. What makes this particularly significant is that it's not just reinforcing what people already believe. The rapper's bold position is creating conversations across different political groups. The rapper has basically broken down the walls between different political groups. Strong supporters from one side are questioning where their loyalty lies. People from the other side are reconsidering what music they should listen to, and those in the middle are wondering if music battles might be more informative than actual political debates. And those internet jokes, they're everywhere. We've got edited pictures of the rapper sitting in the White House. Imagine scenarios of the president trying to rap and people creating their own amateur rhymes. It's like everyone decided to turn serious politics into one big joke, though maybe that happened a while ago. The big question is whether this rapper has actually changed anything, or if this is just how things are now, where even musicians are getting deeply involved in civic issues. It's hard to know for sure, but one thing is clear: politics has never been this entertaining or this confusing. Think about it. We're in a world where someone who used to write controversial lyrics is now being treated as a voice of wisdom. Meanwhile, the president spends time posting online about almost everything except running the country. It feels like we're living in some strange reality where traditional political rules don't apply fly anymore. It seems like this rap might be exactly the political motivation we didn't realize we needed. Who would have thought this musician could get young people excited about voting? Yet here we are, with fans suddenly more interested in election ballots than music. His lyrics are doing more than just criticizing the president. They're getting younger voters engaged. His words are transforming boring political topics into interesting conversations. And if it takes a rapper to make people care about participating in democracy, that's actually okay. But don't just take his word for everything. The real heroes are the fact checkers. So before you start sharing political opinions at family dinners, make sure to visit voting websites to learn how to register and when to vote. Because the only thing better than quoting your favorite rapper is actually showing up on election day.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting question.
I gotta wipe away a tear on that one. That is a heartwarming moment that definitely wasn't created by ChatGPT.
You know the former First Lady who most folks probably only know as that one person from Slovenia? Well, she's been making the rounds this week, popping up on Fox News and all over social media. Now, you might think she's just being a supportive wife backing her husband's America First message, but there's another reason too. She's got a new book to promote. Speaking of which, this book situation got pretty interesting when Jordan Klepper decided to review it. And boy, did that stir up some drama. Turns out Trump wasn't too happy about Klepper's take on his wife's memoir. He did what he does best. Went on a social media rant calling Klepper all sorts of names. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
Melania Trump, former First Lady, and the only Slovenian you can name off the top of your head. Well, we don't see a lot of Melania, but she's also been on a media tour this week. Fox News, social media. She's out there because she's a supportive wife who believes in her husband's America First. I'm f***ing with you. She has a book to sell. We actually have a copy here. Yeah, this is it. This is her book. I want to read you a quick passage just to give you a feel for it. This is real.
Getting upset over someone else's jokes. The whole review was actually pretty funny. There's this part where Klepper reads about a supposed private moment between Donald and Melania. It goes something like, before Donald headed to his office that Wednesday, we had a private moment. I told him, congratulations, what an achievement. Klepper's response? He joked about whether this was written by AI, which got quite a few laughs. But wait, it gets better. When he got to the part about cyberbullying, I mean, come on, that's like a comedy gift wrapped in gold paper, right?
As Donald prepared to go down to his office on Wednesday morning, he and I had a private moment. Congratulations, I said. What an achievement. All those other people. And you won.
Here's the wife of the guy who made Twitter his personal playground writing about online behavior. Klepper really had fun with that one. And don't even get me started on the White House decorating sections. The way Klepper described it, you'd think the guide was just slap gold on everything and hang up lots of pictures of yourself. He kept going through the book, finding gems like her Be Best campaign and that infamous jacket incident. So get this, Klepper keeps the jokes rolling, and each one's better than the last.
He doesn't sleep much. He does, of course.
Does he wear
needs to.
pajamas?
No.
No. What does he wear when he sleeps, Melania?
Well, one of the things she...
Oh. But maybe hearing about Donald Trump's bedtime routine from Melania doesn't get your engines revving. Fortunately, the campaign also brought out someone for the ladies.
Former senior advisor to President Trump, Stephen Miller.
Melania says, you are naked in bed. And he says, and you are the First Lady. Good luck.
He gets to this part about the infamous I really don't care jacket, and you can tell he's just warming up. The real zinger comes when he talks about what brings the Trumps together. You know, their shared talent for turning politics into a family business. He delivers it with this perfect mix of fake wow and pure sass. Then things get interesting. The book apparently shares some pretty personal details about Donald's sleeping habits. Spoiler, he's not big on PJs. But if that's not your cup of tea, don't worry. They brought out Stephen Miller, one of Trump's old advisors, for some extra entertainment. Though honestly, his attempt at flirting was about as smooth as sandpaper.
Whose interests are furthered by a polarized America. Contempt fuels political campaigns and social media, and many profit from that. But it's a worrisome, it's a dangerous way to lead a country. I'm a person of faith, surrounded by people of faith. And with God's help, I believe that unity in this country is possible. Not perfectly, For we are imperfect people and an imperfect union.
The whole thing went viral faster than a cat video. People were loving it, sharing clips everywhere, and Klepper's jokes spread like wildfire. But here's what makes it special. Klepper isn't just going for cheap laughs. He's using humor to point out how crazy our political world has gotten. Sometimes you need a good laugh to make sense of all the chaos, right? But oh boy, the best part? Trump found out about the whole thing. Picture this. There he is at Mar-a-Lago, probably scrolling through his phone like a teenager checking their Instagram likes, when he stumbles across Klepper's take on Melania's book. You can just imagine his reaction. That moment when he realizes he's the punchline. His face probably turned redder than a stop sign, and you know he went straight for that caps lock button like it was mission critical. So this whole thing turned into an epic social media showdown. Trump starts firing off posts like there's no tomorrow, calling Klepper a failed comedian who can't get real laughs. But that was just the warm-up act.
I shouldn't say this. I'm going to get hell when I say this, but her feet are absolutely aching, you know, those heels. And we thought we were leaving. We were going home. Sir, would you be able to go down and say hello to some of your other fans that are here? I said, oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Did you get to see pretty clearly the picture, I hope? Good. That's good. But because you wouldn't want to make the same speech again, right? But she said, darling, I love you so much, but my feet are killing me. I said, honey, let me just see how far it is. I asked the person. Oh, not that long, maybe 400 or 500 yards. That's 5 football fields.